recently we began a series of how we can build a real-native Chatroom application. And the last part of this video, we stopped at the design of the Chatroom UI. So in this section, we are going to continue from where we stopped from the last time. And this time around, we are going to work on the Chatroom actions and reducer. So before we begin, make sure you already have watched the previous videos, and because I'm not going to go over to some certain things, I'm just going to go straight to the point. So right now in my types of JS, I have to make sure that everything I need for the chat room is set. I think I did this earlier. So we have the join chat room, we have the load messages, the chat error, the chat disconnect, and so on and so forth. So right now I'm going to create a chat action. So sorry, it's a chat reducer before we can come over for the chat action. So in my reducer folder, I'm going to create a file called chat reducer. So guys, even as you're watching this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the like button. So I already created a file over here unknowingly to me. So right now I'm just going to import some couple things from the types. So I just have to type this correctly. Come over to the reducers. Sorry, not actually the reducers. The actions and types. So close that again. And inside here we need the join chat room, we need the load messages, and we also need the send message. So these are the things that we need from our types. I just opened the file. You can just scroll back and view how you can do that. Then we have to import assigned storage because we are going to be needing some information also from our memory. So I have to import assigned storage from native community assigned storage. So the next thing is to define our initial state. Message, it's going to be an array of message. The active user. I'm just going to leave this here, although I'm not going to cover it. It depends, like a challenge for you to actually know how you can do that. Then also I'm going to use a current user. So I might have spoken word can confuse you, but don't worry. As you move on, you're going to have some deep understanding. So the state is going to be the initial state. The action is going to be from where we have to use our conditional statement. So in our default reducer, we have to switch with the action. And remember, we are switching with the action type. So over here, I'm supposed to put an arrow. So we are switching with the action type. Now for the case of join chat room, all we want to do is we have to get from the state the active users. The active users, we just have to take from the state dot active user. We can add one. Whenever someone joins chat room, we have to increment the number of users currently on the chat room with one. And beneath that, we also have to get the current user, which is going to come from our action.payload. It's going to be an array, of course. Then we have to get the chat room user, and the message is going to be coming from our initial message we have, and likewise some messages from our action.payload. So what I did exactly here was that whenever we join the chat room from the state, increment the active users with one. Then the current user, we also have to add change the null value to the current user. Then we get the initial message if we already have one. Of course, we were populating some from our database, and we now add a message from our payload once we send or text a new message. So beneath that, we have the case of load messages. So we also have the case of send message. So load messages and send messages are going to be doing almost exactly the same thing. So we just have to return from the state. We just have to get our hands on the message only. So it's going to be an array of the state of message. If we have preoccupying message, then we have to get also the messages from our payload. So that's it for our chat reducer. The default case is going to be returning our state. So guys, I would recommend you to hit the like button also, and also the subscribe button. If you don't understand most things I'm doing here, I recommend that you watch my redux tutorial on React Native on my channel. Just look out for the video. You are going to find one of the videos that you can use to learn it and get perfected, so that even as we move on, it's not going to be a problem for you. So right now we are going to deep dive into creating our Chatroom reducer action. So in our actions folder, I think I have a chat. I'm going to delete this so that we can start afresh and do this. Sorry for that huge noise. Then I have to create another file called chat actions. Now in our chat actions, we have to import our IO. Most of these I had them installed when I began the video. We also have to import our Axios from Axios. So don't forget to watch the beginning part of these videos if you find it difficult understanding what I'm saying, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the like button for encouragement. So I'm going to import the website URL for our socket connection. So the way I'm going to do this is over here I'm going to type down a variable called website URL, and now we have to get that from, we have to go back 2 folders inside helpers for mix, and beneath that we can now bring in our types. So almost the same types we are using over here. So I'm just going to copy this and come down here and paste that. Then after that, we have to also import our community assigned storage. Now we have to configure our socket. So what I'm going to do now is for the socket configuration. I'm sorry for typing and talking. The socket configuration, what it does is to make sure that it's going to connect our website URL to our application over to socket web server. So the way we can do that is to put down a variable, then we can bring in our IO, and now from here we can bring in our website URL. Sorry, I'm going to use curly braces. Then we have to force mute true. So that's it for socket. We are just making a connection to our website URL, and it's going to also connect to socket web server so that we can link, or do I say link, something familiar like that, or we can stream connections from our app to our website URL and make the request that we need. So now I'm going to put down socket.on. Please forgive me for typing so sluggishly. You have to put a callback console.log connection established. Then we have to start declaring some methods that we need. Then the first one is the load messages. It's going to accept the token and also a name. The token is for validation, making sure that the person making the request is from our website. So this also is going to return some promise inside, so we have to use the assign, and because we are going to be making some Axios requests. With remember we install the redux stunk. So guys, forgive me for what happened right now. My Bluetooth headset I was using just actually disconnected, and I didn't know that the sound was not picking. But if you can see what we've done so far, not much. What this actually means is when we join a chat room, we have to join together with the name and the room we want to join. Because this room will be broadcasting our message to. Then, if we have any error, it's going to call back the error, dispatch the chat error. Remember, we defined this from our actions and also in our reducer. Of course, we didn't define the chat error exactly, but it's a challenge for you. So right now, let's continue. Nothing much for now. So when we join a chat room, the next thing we have to do is to get our message. Let's say someone texts, we want to make sure we get the message immediately and also dispatch the message for every user to see. So the way we have to do that is to set a socket on message. On any message is going to return that message as a callback. We have to check if the current user we trim, remember that let's say is my name, is not equals to from the message, it's going to be an array, it's going to also come with the chat user. If it's not the same thing, then dispatch is going to dispatch the message to the second user. But for now, let's put the payload before we move ahead. It's just going to be the message. But if it's the current user, it's just going to do the same thing. So if it's a current user, it's going to do the same thing. Why we did it so is because we don't want a double repeating of of a message. Let's say I texted hello. I don't want to say hello twice on my own and the other guy on his own because it's going to have the same ID and it's going to have an error. So that's the way we can handle that. Then beneath our handling of each users, we have to get some things. Also, we have to get the message and the type from the message. Now we have to check the type because we also have to insert this into the database. We have to make sure that the type is not a bot and also the message is not empty. So if both of this is true, we have to make an access request and we have to use the method of post. We have to bring down our URL. And if you can remember, it's coming from the website URL, and we're going to be making a request to Chatroom. And lastly, we have not lastly, we have to pass our data. Lastly, we have to set our headers. First one is the content type, which is going to be application JSON text, and we also have to pass in our token. So that's it for sending message to our database. So I hope you understood what I just did. Like this is the message we got from our message array. We also have to make sure that the type is not a bot, the bot that says welcome Samuel, also welcome your name. We also have to make sure that the message is not empty. Then if it's true, it's going to perform the access request. So right now we've set for receiving a message and also channeling its messages for its users and also joining the chat room. Right now let's set for sending a message. Now when we want to send a message, we have to send with the name. The message itself is going to be a text, just like the token and also the room. So guys, I'm going to just increase this a little bit so that the font size can be a bit high. I think I have set this to 18. I think it's better. I think it's better this way. So it's just going to be an assigned storage, sorry, not assigned storage, because of the promise request we are making. We have to use the socket right now. For the sending message, we have to emit send message. Now we now have to pass our params, the date and the room. It's also going to give us a callback, but we are going to do nothing with the callback. So this is just a callback that can help us to call back the message that we triggered on our back end that will now give us a callback with this message again. So that's exactly why you see this callback here, not that it has anything meaningful. So guys, this is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to create one more method, but it's now left for you to find a way you can figure out that, because it's your challenge. It's connect chat room. I guess you already know how to do this. Just try, even if you don't know. You can check the GitHub repo for every code I'm giving you right now. Then you can disconnect from the chat room. I think I'm just going to give you a hint. Just use socket.emit, disconnect. Then you can use a callback, and I guess you know what to do exactly from here. So that's it for the Chatroom reducer and also for the Chatroom action. Now in the next part of this video, we are going to focus on our back end where we can actually send and receive data. So guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also make sure you hit the like button. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Bye bye.